G.E.L in Agriculture, brought to you with the compliments of the Ministry of Agriculture, Food, Fisheries and Water Resource Management.
Grow well, eat well, live well, right here in BIM.
Hello and welcome to G.E.L in Agriculture, where we learn how to grow well, eat well, and of course live well. Today we are at the demonstration farm of the Ministry of Agriculture, where we will be talking to Mr. Brian Lee Chandler, who's the Assistant Project Coordinator of the Youth Agripreneurship Incubator Programme. Quite a mouthful. Mr. Chandler, please tell us, what is the YAIP? What is it all about?
Okay, the YAIP was created by the Ministry of Agriculture to resolve a number of the issues within the agricultural sector that we have right now. It also speaks to the economy as well. A study was carried out some time ago that showed that the mean age in the agricultural sector, those persons right now who are farming and so forth, are above the age of 55. So what that means is that in another few years, those persons will not be part of the process within the agricultural sector. So what the ministry did is to target young persons between the ages of 16 and 35 to instill in them new concepts within the agricultural sector that would propel the agricultural sector forward to meet the world demands and also to answer a number of the problems that we have. We have a high importation bill, and having young persons develop the agricultural industry in Barbados will help us to reduce that trade imbalance and create new avenues for persons here, reduce our foreign exchange.
So it sounds like if the youth are being poised to be involved in every sector of agriculture, from the legislation to the fields to the entrepreneurship side.
Correct. The program is being funded by the European Union through the HRDS, it's the Human Development Resource Strategy, and it was very helpful in achieving our goal here at the Ministry of Agriculture of transforming the agricultural sector, utilizing young persons within that age group where they would be taught different concepts such as science and technology, business, research, and methods in organics. So we're looking more from a more business orientation as opposed to just going out there, deciding one day you want to go and plant tomatoes, not looking for the market, not looking for the supply chain and contracts. So this is the way forward for us as a people and as a nation. This is what we're teaching in the YAIP. We want persons that may have maybe a degree in accounting, a large interest in agriculture. So it's very broad-based. It's not selective of particular groups in society. And it also helps to demystify and to reframe that perception that agriculture is only for poor people or underachievers. It's not that way. It's also viewed as a remnant of slavery. Whereas when you go to a restaurant, what do you drink? Wine, right? Expensive. That's from agriculture. And people need to make the connection between a high income earner and the distinction against not being an achiever in school. You can be so much of a successful person making large amounts of money and being an entrepreneur.
So how does it work when the youth are actually selected? How does the program work? What do they do?
Okay, so they're taught the different concepts that I just highlighted, which would have been business. That covers things like financial management, cost management, taxation and assurances and so forth, marketing. Then you move over into science and technology, technologies that can help improve output, that can also make your job easier. There are apps that farmers use right now that can manage farms. Then there's the organics. Behind me, this is an example here. This is an organic type structure that is also a permacultural design. It's called a keyhole garden, and it has a number of components in it. Primarily, you would get herbs in such a structure. And then to use natural pesticides that will help guard such a structure from natural pests. And this keyhole garden is also one of the components within the Youth Agripreneurship Incubator Programme, and the ministry saw it fit in developing their demonstration farm to use some of the technologies that would have been passed on to students in our program. We brought on 3 persons as consultants to develop different structures that can enhance and develop and push the agricultural sector to a different dimension. And right here, just another example, like you see there are no shrubs, little to no shrubs. It's less labor intensive. Imagine that, you know? What the technology really is to sprinkle carbon on the floor so that it will suppress the weeds. And beneath that, there's a layer of black material that's synthetic to also suppress the weeds. So it also adds an aesthetic feature to the actual keyhole garden. And this is something simple to develop. It can take approximately 1 month at this scale, at this size, to actually develop. So it's something that the ministry saw as important to help demonstrate to farmers how you can produce without using harmful chemicals that also seep into the water table and also are harmful to us as human beings.
How long does the program last?
Approximately 5 months. It also includes going on tours and so forth to different establishments that would have been well established in the agricultural sector, to make the connections for the young persons, seeing that it's just not dirty. And even if it's dirty, it's profitable.
What are the successes of the program up until this point?
Well, there are many. In more ways than one, we have persons that have developed their own businesses. They're doing research on different business opportunities. One guy, he's looking at developing an aquaculture system, and he believes that this can help the fisheries in Barbados. The problem, we have a short supply of land fish annually, and the prices are quite high when there's a short supply. So he believes that he can look at tilapia. I know there are persons in Barbados doing it already and across the Caribbean, but he just wants to add to the market. The program, where is it going? It has gone already or is in process. We have made partners, we've sought out partnerships regionally with other persons within the agricultural sector and business world. And we've traveled to St. Kitts and Grenada with some of our agripreneurs, where they have sat down with policymakers, and they were part of the policy programming, where it would not only benefit them as agripreneurs or persons within agribusiness, but everyone, especially young people. So making connections with them at that level and letting them talk to other entrepreneurs, persons within the farming community, as well as policymakers, it really was something that we didn't really anticipate, but bring it back home to Barbados, it can now reform and reframe how we look at agriculture and the agricultural sector. And I believe if at this rate, within the next 10 years, we will have an output of persons within the agricultural sector that can reframe Barbados to accommodate the many problems that we would have been experiencing, such as climate change and so forth.
Would you encourage any young person to join or consider joining the YAIB?
Well, it's simple. Food is important. Livelihood, a sustainable livelihood is important. Right now, lots of persons are going to university. They're spending approximately 3 or 4 years studying and spending money that they can't get back if they can't get a job. And know that everyone has to eat. It provides an alternative means of employment that is sustainable, and it also opens doors for trade, not only internally but regionally, right? So you can network, and it opens so many doors. So young persons get into it at a particular age, which is younger. The younger, the better. You can grow as an individual and become more successful going forward.
Mr. Chandler, thank you very much for meeting with us and teaching us a bit about the YAIP.
Thank you very much for having me.
And when we come back, we'll be meeting one of the graduates of this program here on G.E.L in Agriculture.
Grow well, eat well, live well, right here in BIM.
Grab the phone, get the hoe, link up the family and come let it go.
Grow well, eat well, live well, right here in BIM.
Yes!
Grow well, eat well, live well, right here in BIM.
No, we don't have to buy all imported stock, cause high nutrition in the food that we got. Plant something, start your own crop, grow something local to put in your pot. It's true, go healthy with the fresh produce, with high nutritional value. It costs less to grow and eat your own food, so gather the crew. Come!
Grow well, eat well, live well, right here in BIM.
Yes!
Grow well, eat well, live well, right here in BIM. Grow well, eat well, live well, right here in BIM.
Before the break, we were finding out more about the Youth Agripreneurship Incubator Programme, and now we will see what I guess we can call the fruits of that labor, like this brand Ayaj is a line of hair care products. And we're here with the owner, Fayola Agasha. I want to find out more about this product later, but first tell us about your involvement in the program itself.
Okay, well, I was part of the first cohort of the Youth Agripreneurship Program and the valedictorian of that program. Now, my entering or getting into the program was pretty strange because I saw it on an ad and went in and just sent in the application. And after completing the program, it changed my whole view of agriculture and the things that you could do with agriculture and the avenues that are available for you in agriculture. And hence the reason you would see now the fruits of my labor because of the program, this line of hair care products made with natural and organic agri-ingredients.
And I must tell you that I sampled probably most of the products before the break, and I love them already. Tell us what we have here. What did you make?
Okay, so we have 3 products that are available for market right now. This is the detangler, which is made with the key agri-ingredient would be okra and stinging nettle, dried stinging nettle leaves that you would think would be a weed. Feature in this product along with other organic oils and essential oils. And the second one would be the Amai butter, which is made with, again, natural infused oil with herbs that we find here in the West Indies, cocoa butter that we produce in the West Indies. And the final product is the Amala moisturizing cream. Now, I like this because it has an aloe, nettle, neem. All these ingredients are agri-ingredients that we take for granted that we could find in our own backyard in the Caribbean region. And right now I'm currently working on the moisturizing mist. And in there hibiscus, rose, and you have other essential oils in here to make it moisturizing, to hydrate the hair.
Did you already know what you wanted to produce before you started the program?
No, when I went into the program, it was just okay, open mind. I'm going in to learn everything and see what is available. But having been on the program, agro-processing, I just fell in love with the agro-processing side of things. From the get-go, they would tell you I was the one to ask for seeds. I tried the planting, I did the mulching, I did the composting, and even as I manufacture these products, I try to use the principle that I gathered from the program. So the skin from the aloe vera leaf, the tea remains, I use them in my compost, and trying to give back because we learned that it's recycled. There's no such thing as waste. It's just things in the wrong place. I remember that line. So recycling and giving back to nature, and that is the whole theme of the product, to be able to be natural wellness and giving back and not taking out of.
And how much has the YAIP helped you in developing and perhaps marketing your product?
Well, tremendously, I would have to say, from the very beginning. the vision, I had it in mind, but having traveled to Grenada on a conference because of the YIP, it just, I guess, gave me that impetus that I needed to say, well, okay, sit down and create the product into something that could be manufactured and sold for people, not just me or my friends, but could be sold in a wholesome way. So tremendously, the Agripreneurship Program has pushed me, and I would recommend it for anybody.
Speaking earlier to Mr. Chandler, and he was telling us that a lot of young people do not immediately think about agriculture as, you know, possible business venture and so on. What do you think are some of the obstacles that might be holding back some of these young people from getting involved?
I think first, the awareness of agriculture. There's still a stigma attached to agriculture as it being labor intensive and it being non-scientific, when in fact agriculture is truly scientific, and I believe it has to do a lot with the marketing of agriculture, because people see agriculture as going back to the days of slavery and this is what you do with a fork and a hoe.
What do you think then can be done to remove some of these obstacles?
Well, first of all, I think partnering with mentors. Youth need mentors because we don't know everything, and to have someone who has been there and, you know, furnish us with their experience about how to move and what next can be done, that would definitely be helpful in removing some of the obstacles, as well as removal of some of the bureaucracy in doing business, especially for small business and for young entrepreneurs that are now coming out. We need that more. We need that ability for people to just allow us to show you all what we want to do, and we need you all to just help us to create the ideas make it into reality. Basically, it's down to the marketing of agriculture and how we put it forward. So this is a value-added chain that I want to create a linkage between the beauty and agriculture industry, creating that link and creating that value-added chain, because for far too long we have been concentrated only in the primary aspect of agriculture, fork and hoe, take it out and export it. Now I would like to fork and hoe it, make it better, add value, and then export it, but have, of course, our home crowd agree with it, love it, and then we go out.
Well, that's it for this week's program. We thank you for joining us as we learn more about youth agripreneurship. We want to thank all of our guests as well as the Ministry of Agriculture, and we hope that you join us next week, same time, same place. See you then.
G.E.L in Agriculture, brought to you with the compliments of the Ministry of Agriculture, Food, Fisheries and Water Resource Management.
Grow well, eat well, live well.